in this video, we're going to walk you through how to install the front lights of a Model X. We're going to do both here and then also this fog light area right here. So we're going to go ahead and start with the top. We have all of this prepped. And the first thing we're going to do is just make sure that we use our slip solution, and then we're going to do our final pass. And what this does is we're just making sure all of this, I guess, contamination that might be sitting on the surface is gone. All right, now that we're good, we're going to go ahead and spray a good bit. Okay, if you notice, I have my headlight. It is actually part of the fender, so what I would recommend is go ahead and lay it out on the table and then cut it out so that you have it like this. It's a little bit easier to handle rather than a large piece. So we're going to go ahead and just desanitize this a little bit. And then I just go all the way. And there you have it. So here's the thing about the X lights. It's actually quite, I would say, flat. You can see there's a little bit finger here. There's a slight stretch, and I'm talking very, very small. So what we're going to do is we're going to tack here. We're going to pull it across the other and tack there. And after that, we squeegee the middle, and then we can squeegee outwards, right? Very, very simple. So let's go ahead. And you want to use your palm technique when you do this as well. I think alignment, remember, you're not going all the way in. I like using just, you see how I'm just kind of using my, like all the outer areas like this to kind of just put it in place like so. And once I'm pretty happy with it, gentle strokes for now. Don't have to go aggressive. Okay, and then after that, let's go back. Then we're going to go ahead and go a little bit more aggressive, about 4 or 5 inches. There. Okay, let's go to the other side. There, we're going to do the same thing. Notice I'm kind of using my finger right here to kind of pinch it like this. Then once I'm happy, then we'll go ahead and squeegee this end right here. So once I do this, you can see I can actually move this up and down, and that's exactly what you're going to do. If you feel like it's a little bit too much, this is where you can move it up and down a little bit. So this feels really good. You want to be like a little bit inside right here. Okay. And then we're going to go ahead. Oh, make sure you spray so slip on the top layer. That's a little bit powerful right there. I'm just going to hold it right here. And then go ahead and the squeegee kind of in a side motion. Okay. And same thing, probably going about like 60%, not really hard right now. And then after that, you're going to go all the way up. Okay. Now, we got a little bit of those fingers. That's okay. You can spray a little bit of tack. And then we say something called divide conquer. So you divide those fingers into smaller segments, just like that. And it becomes much easier to handle. We're going to do the same thing right here. Spray a little bit of our tack. And just like that. Okay. Go ahead and spray this tack as well right there. And then you can see a little bit of that tack solution right here. Okay, we're going to do something called a double pass. Basically, repeat your steps. Remember that we tacked those corners. You actually don't want to go towards that area because you're actually going to trap bubbles. So just like I did, I'm going to go ahead and split it down the middle. And avoid those fingers for now. And go all the way past the edge. Right below the hood and the fender. And look at that. Pretty good. And then we'll go ahead and use some tack right here. Be patient. Patient right there. Okay. All right, so the last thing is you just want to go ahead and clean it up. Be careful. You kind of want to go from center out, but you don't want to like drag the microfibers into the edges of the headlight since it goes right to it. And then a couple areas you might see the bubbles are still there. You can actually go. As long as you're going outward, I think it's fine. But this is good. Protect it. We're going to move on to the next area. So now that we got the headlight done, we just need to do the fog light. Just like the headlight, all we need to do is just spray this. And then you're going to go all the way in and just get it cleaned up just like that. And then we're going to go ahead and spray our flip. And then let's go ahead and get the piece. And then go ahead and put it on your surface like that. Since there's a lot of slip right here, shouldn't be too big of an issue. What I like to do, I like starting in the skinny little part. So go ahead and spray some. And just like the headlight, I'm pinching it with my index finger and my thumb. And I'm not actually moving like, I'm just making sure that it's above that fold right here, because you actually don't want it to go overboard, because that was going to be too much. It goes right here. And you're going to use the skinny part of the squeegee. Trying to get that. Okay? Trying to get that. 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 Like that. Okay? Now that we have that done, we're going to go to the other side. You can pull just a little bit, but you really don't need to stretch. It's a flat piece, guys, luckily. And then right here, I'm going to make sure I don't hide that. I'm going to hold it up. You know, notice I use my thumb. I push it up a little bit past that because you don't want to be like hanging, right? You also want to check the top so it's not hanging so much. But once you feel comfortable, then a nice light squeegee for now, and then go all the way into that bumper right here. Now, since we've anchored A and B, the rest is pretty simple. I'm actually spraying a little bit of tack everywhere, and you could actually move it up and down just a tiny bit like this. And then I'm going to go ahead and go down the middle. We call this, you know, I think it's called coast to coast, but you basically just kind of move it down and then move it up. I like going down because it's more naturally kind of feeds into this area right here, rather than if you go up, it wants to come back down. All right, so now that that fog light is good, we're going to do that one more time. We're going to repeat the process though. And we're going to go ahead and just do this. I'm going a little bit more aggressive, guys. A little bit more aggressive. I would say 80%. You're not muscling it necessarily, but you want to get a nice squeegee. You're getting all the water out. And then, of course, just like the other one, you're going to go ahead and use your microfiber. Center out. Just make sure that you got everywhere else. I like getting some of the moisture out. We already did this bumper. So go ahead and clean that out. And now your lights are protected.